Hey guys, it's Jenny. Welcome back to the Crafting Bookworm. Today I have a book tag for you. Welcome back, everybody. Welcome, new subscribers. Thanks to each and every one of you for your continued support. Whether you're here for books or crafts, I appreciate each and every one of you. So you may see a different backdrop to my videos, and that is because we're having to move my craft room back into the library because my son has to come home, and I haven't decided, where all my video recording is going to happen, so I've just got this quick setup to do this video. So yes, I have a book tag video. I first saw this at the Cobalt Dragon, and she didn't tag anybody specifically, but anybody who watched could do this video. The original tag comes from Ginger Bibliophile, so she will be also linked along with Cobalt Dragon in the description box below. So let's just get on with the questions. Question number 1, do you plan your book purchases ahead or impulse buy? Actually, I do both. If there is a new release book that I want, then I will check into getting that. Or if I hear of a book from somebody, I will get it. But usually we just go to the bookstore and I look around and, pick whatever I want to pick. A lot of times we go to our used bookstore where I can find a lot of great books in there. If I ever go to Barnes & Noble, it's generally because I'm looking for something specific. But yeah, it's a little bit of both for that one. Number 2, how do you decide what books to buy? Well, that pretty much relates to number 1. Usually, if there's a specific book, then I will pick it up. But usually I don't really have a plan with that. Okay, number 3, what is your philosophy on where you shop? Online versus in person, large versus small, physical, digital, or audio, new versus used. I will do both online shopping, and then of course I love to be into the bookstore. There's just an atmosphere that makes it feel like you're where you're supposed to be. The used bookstore is a good example of that. We have a huge used bookstore in Denton. It's called Recycled Books, and they've got millions of books in there. It's a multi-floored building. It's a very old building. It used to be an opera house, and I love to go there. As a matter of fact, I am going there today, and we're going to meet up with a friend. But I don't mind new versus used. The used bookstore, of course, has half-priced books, but I am careful when I buy them. I don't want to buy all beat-up books. When I shop online, it's usually for a book to repurpose. So I did a review on How to Be a Wildflower. I searched that one on some of the online bookstores that I use. And like I said, I usually get those for repurposing books. As far as physical versus digital or audio, I like both as well. Now, when I have my grandson every day, and sometimes, we'll sit in there in the living room together, and he can play with his toys or watch movies or what have you. But a lot of times he wants to be in my lap, so digital works better than a physical book, especially if it's a large book. So I use my Kindle a lot. Audio, I can't focus on audiobooks. I find myself listening to an audiobook and then my mind just starts drifting. So audiobooks really don't work well with me unless I'm listening and I have a physical copy, but that kind of nullifies having audiobooks. So yeah. Number 4, what about free little libraries? What do you think of them? Have you used one? Why or why not? I feel like the concept of free little libraries is fantastic. dependent on where you live. Like, we live way out here, and there's only one neighboring little free library, and it's in a little city called Crum. And I have went there. I took my grandson. He found a couple books. I found one book, and then we took some of his old books that he didn't want anymore and put them in the free little library. So the concept of free little libraries is fantastic. I love the idea. It's just harder to find them when you're more in rural areas. Okay, number 5, how do you feel about acquiring new books? Do you share in a book haul or another way? I do book hauls when I get new books. You guys know that I've had many. I think last year was it. I was sharing haul videos, one a month. Now it seems like they're far and in between, because now I have crafting hauls. I mean, I don't do as many crafting hauls as I do book hauls, but I find that I'm looking more for craft stuff now, because, you know, it's just, but there will be a book, excuse me, there will be a book haul coming, because, you know, we are going to the used bookstore today. Number 6, how do you feel looking at your books that you haven't read? Does it matter if it's currently a lot or a small amount? I really don't think of it. Whether I've read the books or I've not read the books, they're my books, and I've acquired them, and they're in my library, and that in itself is enough for me. I probably will never ever get to a point where I've read every book that I have. I have read a lot of them, but I'm not even close to reading all of them. Okay, number 7, how do you decide what number of unread books is the right amount? Again, I don't think about it. I don't think you should put a label on that. Like, that would kind of make reading not as fun. You'd be like, oh, I have 50 unread books. I need to read those. And I don't put those stipulations on reading. I don't think it's necessary. Number 8, do you have a TBR game or a process for reading them? I do not do a TBR game, but I do enjoy watching Bobby over at Paginator Region Journals, because she has a TBR game all the time. I used to pick a TBR, and then I would find myself, I'm not really feeling this genre right now. And so I found that it's just better for me to pick individual books each time I'm going to read. That way I don't stick myself to a stack of books that I may not be feeling at the time. Maybe when I picked them, I wanted to read them, but when it comes time to reading them, my mind may change. So I don't even do just the normal TBR anymore. I just come in here and peruse my shelves and look at what sounds good, and that's how I choose my books. Okay, number 9. Do you have a book buying problem? If so, what is the nature of it, and can it be adjusted? I don't look at book buying as a problem. I never have. If I want to buy some books, then I just buy some books. And yeah, enough said, I guess. I don't think it should be anybody's problem. And, you know, that goes hand in hand with the book buying bans. I feel like if it brings you happiness, then buy books. I feel like that in any case, whether it's books or tools or cookware or whatever. If you've got the space for it, then have at it and have fun. And then the last one is to tag some folks. The only person I can really think of at the moment is tagging Bobby to do this. I know she'll watch the video, so I guess that's who I'm going to tag. So Bobby, tag your it. Please come do this book acquiring tag. Also, please go visit Cobalt Dragon and Ginger Bibliophile. They will both be linked down below. But that's all I have for you guys. Thanks for staying tuned, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.